Spiritual superstars, this is when you know that your breakthrough is about to happen. I'm going to give you this image because this is the beautiful Mercy. Spiritual superstars, come on in. Type in your pound or your hashtag 1111, the opening of the spirit realm. And so you could be clear on when you know your breakthrough is about to happen. I'm going to share with you the signs that you want to look out for. Whether you call God, God, Divine Source, our Lord and Savior, Jehovah, Allah, whatever you call our Creator, the higher power, you are going to get specific signs when you are about to be blessed big time. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the little bell so you'll know when we come back over with more free spiritual guidance. The first thing you want to look out for in a situation so that you know that your breakthrough is right on the horizon is, what is your human feeling? Remember, you are a dual being. You are the soul inside of your human, okay? So what is your human feeling? What is your human feeling? Not what your human is thinking. What is your human feeling in that moment? Okay, so if you're feeling stressed out, if you're feeling paranoid, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, it can't get any worse. It can't get any worse. When you feel that flight or fight response, your breakthrough is right on the horizon. Your breakthrough is coming in. And your human is feeling that fight or flight response because things are out of your human's control in that very moment. That's what your human is feeling. But things are in your control, the spirit within your human. Remember that, okay? You are the soul within your human. So things are in your control. Your human is experiencing fear, feeling of, oh my gosh, just struggling to stay alive, staying up just abreast, just stay happy in that moment, okay? The second sign is your human is going to start thinking, okay, what do I do? What do I need to do to get out of this situation? That fight or flight. Fear, boom. What do I do? You have to remember these signs because your decision-making process is all jacked up in that moment, and you've got to rely on your spiritual guidance. Okay? So, fear, flight or fight, or fight or flight response, that's a human response. We all feel it. And what do I do to get out of it? So, you're human. Here's the biggest part, spiritual superstars. Are y'all paying attention? Comment. Let me know if you're still with me. Here's the biggest part. You have to respond based on your spiritual guidance. Because if you don't, you are responding based on human fear. And you do not want to make a fear-based decision right before your breakthrough, because then you give your breakthrough up, you give your blessing up, and none of us can afford to do that. And we've all done it. I've done it plenty of times. Plenty of times. But what just happened? Let me know. Boom, 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 boom. Breakthrough. So Spirit allowed me to see it. Boom, 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 boom. Breakthrough. So that I could come over and just tell you specifically, these are the steps. Which let me know. Go on back to the past, Nikki, and compare. These are the steps every single time. So Mercy done turned her back to us. Okay, I'm glad y'all saw this. This is one of the cats that we got from the shelter. She's amazing. So, fight or flight. What are you feeling? That fear-based energy. You feel nervous. You feel, your heart palpitations. You feel your stomach kind of weird, butterflies in your stomach. You might be sweating. You're breathing a little harder. You feel scared. You feel worried. Then you're going to be thinking, what do I do to get out of this? You're going to make either a decision based on fear or you're going to follow your spiritual guidance. Right? This is the next step. You've got to sit still and you've got to ask for your spiritual guidance. You've got to connect and you've got to stay connected. You've got to plug in to divine source and you've got to ask for help. You have to ask. You don't have to say, oh, Lord, help me. I don't know what to do. But you can say that. You can sit there and say nothing. That's not responding based on fear, right? Or, that is not responding based on fear. So you haven't responded based on fear when you're sitting still with that energy. Am I making sense? Comment, hit the thumbs up button, let me know. So when you sit still, you're sitting with the silence. In the silence is when spirit responds to us, talks to us. That's when God talks. And you've got to be able to sit with it to hear that universal language. So that language is going to come from our ancestors, our ascended loved ones, our angels, our spirit guides, our messengers of God, our manifestations of God. It's going to come in the way that you receive your spiritual guidance. That's the way our Creator talks to us. So, when you hear your spiritual guidance, it's going to sound familiar. But you have to also remember your human is going to be talking over that voice because there's a lot of fear happening. Remember, your human is all fear-based energy. All, 100%. So your human is in that moment. That's why you pay attention to what you're feeling first, because your human is physically in the third dimension, feeling it. And that metaphysical reaction you're getting from the fight or flight response causes you to act just like that. And if you act based on that fear response, how many times have you regretted it? And then you literally, once you make that decision, because you have free will, and you see the blessing that was on the horizon, but you couldn't see it in that moment that you made that fear-based decision, then you're like, oh man, I regret it. I should have acted like this. I should have did this, right? In hindsight, you feel like you should have went in the other direction. So in that pivotal moment, you have to pause and you have to connect and you have to stay connected. So how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you deal with that fight or flight response? You pause. You step away. You pause. You don't respond to that email. You pause. You don't respond to that statement, the text message. You pause. You don't respond to that anger, that aggression. You pause. You don't respond to that sadness, that disappointment. You pause. Sometimes you just have to cry. Sometimes you just have to just take yourself out of that situation, period. Just walk away. Sometimes you just have to breathe. How often do your human automatically just breathes, right? Am I the only one that happens to? Am I the only one that pays attention to my human? When my human automatically pauses, takes that instant breath in, I know I'm not the only one. Comment, let me know if you do that. Do you find yourself, your human automatically takes that deep breath in to pause? Catch that. Your human is automatically asking for help so that your human doesn't have to make the wrong decision, because then your human feels bad and there's no need to. That's unnecessary, right? So pause, listen to divine source. Now, here's the other part. It's not always going to be a decision that you want to make. It certainly is not going to be a decision that your human wants to make in that moment, because it's going to pull you away from that instant gratification. So that divine decision that you got to from following your spiritual guidance is going to be against the fear-based energy. So you've got to sit with it. When you sit still in the silence, you are following divine source's voice. That is your spiritual guidance. When you react, boom, fight or flight, you're following your fear-based energy, which is your human's decision. And your human only does what your human was taught. So if your human was taught to hit somebody back, then your human's going to do that. But if you're following spiritual guidance and the moment that that hit is about to happen, you pivot and you get a different response and you feel it and you're like, whoa, I did something different. I got a different result. It feels pretty good. You surprise your human and then you re-teach your human. And then you do that more and more. You learn from that lesson. And that means you will have received that blessing. And you know what? That is the blessing on the horizon. That is the breakthrough. So spiritual superstars, follow that. Follow it because it's your spiritual guidance and you deserve that breakthrough. This is your beautiful life. And nobody else gets to live it but you. You live it for you. Live it to the fullest. Grab those breakthroughs. Don't give up. When you feel like all hope is lost, when you feel like giving up, do not give up. You have the right to your breakthroughs. You have the right to the blessings. They were birthed inside of you, for you, before you even knew who you were. So as you rediscover who you are and you rediscover what you really want and you rediscover and you claim what you really are worthy of, grab those breakthroughs so that you can open that door to your blessing because it's right there. And it's going to be right when you least expect it because that tsunami is always going to be there before your breakthrough. You are going to be tested. You are going to feel like giving up. You're going to be tired of the bullshit. You are going to be so over the negativity. You are going to be so far past and so done with toxic relationships. You are going to be so over being treated unfairly. You are going to be done with being disrespected. You are going to be so far past keeping anybody in your life that does not treat you right. You are going to be so over being broke. You're going to be so done with poverty. Your mindset is changing. What you deserve is changing because you're stepping into your greatness through each breakthrough. So recognize when that breakthrough is going to happen. Grab your blessing and then show supreme energy in your gratitude. Thank the Most High and claim it. I hope that this helps you. I hope that this has helped you. Many blessings, spiritual superstars. You know what? The link should be down below, I think, to our book. It's less than $5. It's going to teach you how to hear from God. We all need that because those challenges of life are meant to bless us. And you do not deserve to give up your blessing. Okay? You got things to do. You're in this world for a reason, and it's not all because of you. There's other people that are assigned to you. Don't give up. Because if you can't see it for yourself, see it for them. They're waiting for you to do what you got to do. Do what you came here to do. You got people waiting for you. There's a lot more riding on this life that you call your life than just you. So, do what you got to do. All right, I love you. I'll see you soon. Have a beautifully blessed day.